Now we're going to go to Gabriele Garlaite from Lithuania. She's a radical feminist and founder of the platform Su Secesiste, Women's Human Rights Country Contact for Lithuania. Gabriele, can you tell us where your government stands in terms of women's, lesbian and gay and bisexual rights and the place of radical feminists?
So hello, everyone. It's nice to be back here. So talking about Lithuanian context and where the government is standing right now. So tomorrow there will be an election that is being held right now in Lithuania. So it seems so from the early results that majority of the government is going to be from the right. And unfortunately in Lithuania there is no left. We can say that there is one party that is from the left, but even though their policies do not seem like from the true left. So that's the situation, like a political situation. And I think for the first time in my lifetime, Lithuanian government will be so liberal, because there is two parties that are separate, but they're still liberals. They call themselves liberals. So they both of them were elected, and tomorrow the election is finishing up, but it seems so that the government majority will be from the right. And anyway, anytime the government is changing, there is always a question of the abortion that is coming through. And every time it is always in consideration. With the new government, this issue is always being challenged, because right now in Lithuania, abortion is legal. But every time the government is changing, they are trying to ban it. And well, I think that this government specifically will not do that, because there is some kind of a liberal thing or liberal thought that is going on. So there is a lot of talking about human rights at the moment, but from the liberal perspective, mostly. So of course, there's going to be a talk about LGBTQ plus rights. And as for the women's rights, in Lithuania, we have like a pandemic of domestic violence that is happening with women here. So there is the Istanbul Convention. Maybe most of you will know this convention that was signed years ago, more than 10 years ago for sure. It's still not ratified in Lithuania, and every time the new government comes, we are trying, like the organizations are trying to push it through. And interestingly, it is being banned because of the gender identity that is mentioned there, or gender word that is mentioned in Istanbul Convention. So the government is refusing to ratify it because they think that then the gender identity will come into the play. And also, I think that recently I heard that we are the only European Union country which in more than 10 years did not do any progress in sex equality. Any progress, like we are just standing in line and nothing is changing for women here, according to the statistics. So that's really sad. But yeah, that's the general atmosphere here. And with the radical feminists in our political system, there's none. I mean, I don't know any public figure who would do this talk of radical feminists. There is one NGO that is talking with a similar kind of approach of radical feminists, but it's not completely radical feminist. So and then that's the situation in Lithuania.